Hey, Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Yasha'Allah. Call Haloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakakadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwathium that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts, man, more precepts. Right? Ain't gonna be too many precepts on this video because I'm a little preoccupied, but I have enough time to Most High willing edify the body. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
This is Dabu7. I want to share with you guys here some very interesting updates and announcements that have been made here coming from a Harvard professor of all people. Now, this is all pertaining to this Oumuamua. This is this big object that came through our system in 2017, through our solar system. It was the first interstellar object to ever do so that we knew of. That's incredible in itself. When it went...
What he just said was an object entered into Earth's, I don't want to say atmosphere, but it's around Earth, right? And it entered in, what he said, 2017. Right? So, stuff is in the sky. I know, me personally, I've seen chariots. Right? If you look up in the sky, man, they look like stars. But if you pay attention to it, and you see them so-called stars move, right? You see them travel, then you understand fully that ain't no star. That's something else. Those of us that's in the truth, we should understand what chariots are. Right? That's all they are chariots, means of transportation. Right? That's how we getting out this place. Right? And they starting to make their appearance more and more often. The closer to the end we become. Right? Or we come, rather.
They said that it was metallic in nature and that it picked up speed after it went by the sun, and it had all these characteristics of being a part of an alien civilization. They were using these words: light sails, alien technology, alien civilization. Over and over again, they were dropping breadcrumbs. Now, if you went and you looked into the name of what they gave this thing, they called it Oumuamua. It means scout.
So, alright, two things. He said they've been dropping breadcrumbs. Esau does that, man. If you pay attention to how this dude operate, man, he righteously somewhat lets you know what's going on. Whether it be in their movies or whether they give certain information to an artist and that artist put their information into songs, right? Whatever the case may be, because Esau runs everything. So he leaves breadcrumbs, right? It's a proud move in itself. Like you got all this stuff going on behind the scenes and you kind of bragging about it a little bit by dropping bits and pieces of information, right, through your trail that you leave behind, which is, your walk on this earth. Through wars, like I said, through media, right, through music, so forth and so on. Right? Let me see.
When it went past the sun, some very strange things happened that are...
Secondly, he said it was a scout. So that means there are more to come. You best believe that, right? Because they're making themselves known more and more.
Just now being brought to light. And this isn't just my opinion. This is being said from Harvard. Some very strange things happened that are just now being brought to light. And this isn't just my opinion. This is being said from a Harvard professor. Their top-tier college of Harvard. This man speaking on this knows a lot. This is Avi Loeb. He is the chair of Harvard's Department of Astronomy.
Now, true enough, yes, this is a Harvard professor. Got that bit. But those of us in the truth, once again, we should understand what's attached to Harvard and what's attached to Yale. That's them secret societies, fraternities, right? Skull and bones. Yes, they are attached to the Princetons and so forth and so on. So they could be gearing you up for some Project Bluebeam stuff where you look up in the sky and you see a falsified Messiah coming down, which ain't nothing but a hologram. All right? Scripture tell us that we supposed to not be ignorant of anything. I'm paraphrasing this roughly too. But whether it's large or small, we're not supposed to be ignorant of things, bro. We definitely supposed to be paying attention to the wiles of the devil. Right? Understand how this man operates and what he's capable of. Right?
This is the top dog. He believes that he has found something connected to extraterrestrials. But what he does is he presents this in a way that he says he believes that it's space junk from an ancient civilization.
Space junk? Really? Really? What what mode, where the junk come from, man? He said ancient civilization. So you mean tell me that before we are where we are, they were able to move through space and travel through space and all that stuff on this earth? He said ancient civilization, so that's talking about on this planet, right? He talking about on this planet, it was a civilization that was so advanced they made it out to space. After they made it out to space, they left trash behind. And then when they came back to Earth, somehow their civilization was destroyed. I'm trying to understand it. All right, but let's watch this video a little bit further.
This is what he is saying boldly right now. I believe it's not junk, and he knows it, because he even explains it in detail. And as we're going to go over here, the object in question had traveled toward our solar system from the direction of Vega. That's a nearby star that's about 25 light years away. And then it intercepted our solar system. That took place on September 6th of 2017. On September 9th, its trajectory brought it closest to the sun. And at the end of September, it blasted at about 58,900 miles per hour past Venus. And then out on October 7th, it shot past Earth, and then it moved swiftly toward the constellation of Pegasus, where it disappeared into the blackness. That was first spotted by a telescope in Hawaii, the Pan-STARRS system. This is the highest definition telescope on Earth, and they still are trying to tell us they couldn't get a clear picture of this thing. They could just kind of detect that it was there. So I still want to see whatever they got, but they give you these really, really distant shots from this thing right here that look like this, with that circle around it. I'm like, you've got something better, I know it. So this is what they go on to say. They say that the object, dubbed Oumuamua, which means scout, is about 100 yards long. This is very interesting. So now we've got almost an exact size on this, but the size of a football field. So this object that's up there, they're saying, was the first ever interstellar object inside of our system. Now, they say that when they track its trajectory, it did something that it never should have done. First, they thought it may be a comet or something that they could classify as that. But they say, no, that can't be the case because of the things that were going on with it. They were like, first off, this thing is rotating. It's spinning every 8 hours. It has a reflectiveness that shows them, like on its brightest side, that it's going in motion. It's like rotating perfectly at a perfectly timed rate. are the breadcrumbs they are dropping. Okay? It also is super reflective. He even says that the reflectiveness that you see off this is not something that you would see off of even the shiniest rocks in the solar system. He goes, it's more like a shiny metal. Harvard professor is saying this. Is anyone out there listening is the thing.
Now, okay, you see this rock like thing that he has on the video screen, right? But you also saw where he said that the only picture that they have of the thing is like dots, right? So don't get confused as though this what you seeing right here is the object. Nah, this ain't it, right? He just got this up to show you that it's talking about something in space, but the actual object looks like a dot. It look like a star, but it's extra shiny. It's reflective. You know, Esau gonna make all kind of false accusations as it pertains to what this thing is. But like I said, those of us in the truth, we know, right?
He goes on to state more things about the size and the dimensions of this, that it could be disc shaped in everything.
See what I'm saying? Could be disc shaped. All right, so with that, let's go and get into a couple precepts, then we're going to close this out. Let me see. Yeah, man, swing low, sweet chariot, coming for the carry me home. Most High willing, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Harakakadash. Me and all my brethren and sisters. Me and all the elders, man. I pray for all of Israel, all of Yasha Allah, man. Right? I pray y'all praying for me. And I'm sure we are, because that's what we're supposed to do. All right, so let me see. Ezekiel 1 and I think 24. I could be mistaken. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Where the firmament, living creatures, head above. So spirit. Yeah, I'm gonna start at this. I'm gonna start at 16. All of Ezekiel 1 is about the chariots. All of Ezekiel 1, man. Right? It's about the chariots, how they look, how they move, so forth and so on, right? But this is Ezekiel 1 and verse 16. The appearance of the wheels. Matter of fact, let me start off. No, let me go up further. I start at 12. It says, and they went everyone straight forward, whither the spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. Right, because that's what's in the chariots, bro. It's angels, it's spirits. Right? That's why you cannot get on a chariot in this carnal body. This body has to leave. You got to get a new body. You have to. Right, in order to get on that chariot, because that's what chariots are. Thousands of angels, and the Lord is with them. Right? But it says, verse 13, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps, like light, like a ball of light, like they twinkle. right? It says it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. When they move, it looked like lightning, right? For a split second, bro. If you ever were to catch it on film. I saw this one movie where this lady said, I forget the name of the film, man. But it's on Amazon Prime. I think it's searching for lights or something like that. But the lady was able to communicate with chariots. They would come whenever she wanted them to. And people didn't believe when she would go tell them about these chariots. So one individual told her, record it. And that's what she did. She went and got one of her husband's old school, video recorders. And frame by frame, man, she would video the chariots, and with each frame was a different pose of the chariots. When they moved, it looked like a blast of lightning. So it'd be a ball of light in one frame, it looked like a star standing still in one frame. The next frame you'll see like a blast of lightning all over the picture frame. Then the next frame you'll see the chariot in another place. So when it moved, it was like lightning. Right? Verse 14, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Right? Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, which is green. It says, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Right? So the colors on this chariot are going to be, or the color on the chariots are green. Right? We just read it, beryl. They red like coals. Right? And they white like lightning. So they twinkle. And they move. Right? It says, verse 17, when they went upon their four sides, and they returned not when they went. It says, as for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four. So you got a wheel within the wheel, then you got little dots, right, within those wheels. Like in the midst of the wheels, you got like little specks of light. Right? It says, and when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Angels are in those chariots, bro. Right? And they making their appearance more and more and more and more. Watch this, man. Six. It might be 6, I think. No, it is 7. All right, so this is Revelation 1 and 7. Speaking about the Messiah, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds. Those are chariots. Right? Sometimes they take the form of clouds. Sometimes they may not look like stars. Sometimes they may look like an odd-shaped cloud. And we've seen them, man. You know how you look up in the clouds and they look like just a solid formation all across the sky of clouds. But then there be that one cloud that stands out. It's just different. Right? It don't just stand still. Like all the rest of the clouds are standing still. This one is moving. Right? Let me start that over. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. Right? The Romans. Right? Regeneration. Right? And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. Right? So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Most High willing, this video and these precepts were edifying. You know what I'm saying? Our forefathers used to sing about this when we was in the plantation. You know what I'm saying? We already knew what time it was before Christianity was shoved down our throat. We understood who we were, but then it's slowly but surely it got taken away from us until the point to we are where we are now. And the Most High is blessing His Spirit back upon His people to be able to receive that salvation, man. So it's a beautiful thing. The time that we in is beautiful, bro. Right? I said, Most High willing, this video and these precepts were edifying. Call Halayim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakakadash. Shalom, Yasha Allah Shalom. Right? We almost at this thing. Bun Babylon, man. Shalom.